In this episode, we're sharing the story of Outhay, who grew up in Vientiane, the capital of Laos, a beautiful Southeast Asian country with a rich Buddhist culture and amazing food. Her family worked hard running a 24-hour convenience store, and everyone had a role to play, from stocking shelves to looking after the young siblings. Food was a big part of her childhood, sometimes in abundance, sometimes in short supply. After studying English at university, Outhay landed a government admin job, and that's where she met Roger, a visiting geologist from Penguin, Tasmania. Romance developed and they tied the knot in 2005. And a year later, Outhay moved to a farm in Wilmot, a small town in northwestern Tasmania. She got to know her local community through local playgroups with her kids, and soon everyone knew her for her delicious spring rolls. Once her kids were a bit more grown up, she decided to retrain, studying cooking at TAFE and later going on to do an apprenticeship to become a qualified chef, and even became Tasmania's Apprentice of the Year. It's a story of overcoming challenges, developing independence, and becoming resilient in a very different culture and environment to what she grew up in.
That capital city is Laos, and then the capital name is Vientiane. And when I go up, that time is not technology like now, and just whatever we do our working people. And my mom and my dad used to have a shop. We're not very rich, but we're not very poor. We're just middle class.
Yeah. What kind of shop did they have?
If now 7-Eleven, because
like convenience store.
Yes, I remember every morning we have to open the shop, and from 6 o'clock in the morning, my mom used to go to the supermarket, or not supermarket, the market that corn, and she will buy some stuff and bring it home, and we will rearrangement and then put in the shop, and then we sell. And that time, for example, if you buy the bottle of the cooking oil, we have to be make in the small bag, divide it up, yes, like that. Or we buy the big wholesale and we divide it up and then we sell in our shop. And like a 7-Eleven, because 24 hours, because the neighbor, whatever they run out, they will knock our door. Even we shut the shop already, they will knock the door and can I have cooking oil, can have salt, cooking have a garlic, we have everything in there. We don't have a day off. I remember one year we only have one day off, Lao New Year. They call Songkran. That time we put the water together and go to the temple. That I remember when I childhood, I have one day off. And I remember only one time we have a new clothes. That's the time we buy the new clothes and things like that. Even we're not that poor, but we still do like that. I don't know why, but.
And was all the family involved in the business?
Yes, most of them, because I'm the one daughter in the family and my 3 brothers. But then the big one have to be more responsible, look after the brother or sister, whatever. And most of the time, the big one have to be the second mom from their family.
So when your parents were working in the business, you were looking after the others?
We do everything. For example, my dad also go to another village, another province to do the job as well, while my mom do the own business by herself sometimes. Yes, I can not remember my dad involved much about the shop. Only my mom and me and the kid look after together. But again, as I said, as a big daughter in the family, you have to help out mom a lot.
What about school? How much time did you have for that with all those other things you had to do?
I remember from secondary school down, how do we call that? I have to do the housework first and then go to school. And our school is start 7, I think, or 8 o'clock until 12. And then we come home and then they start again 2 o'clock. We can come home.
Right.
Yes. Because long time ago, colony or something like that.
Yeah.
That's why we can come home and have a sleep a little bit. But I don't have a sleep the daytime. I come home and help my mom a bit, then go back to school again, and then we finish 2 until 5 or 2 until 4:30, something like that. The first one for the primary school, I remember I go to the school as a temple.
Okay.
Yes, a temple for the monk as well, and then they have a school next to there. So I go there, and about 2 or 3 years, and my mom and my dad moved the house to another village. So I have to move the school as well.
Yep.
And most of the secondary school we study is French.
Okay.
I can, long time ago, I can read French and then can write French and things like that. But when I moved to another high school, you have to choose different subject or something like that. You have to have English, French, and Russian.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but I don't know what I done, but it's come up to English. I even don't know how to speak English and never write English before. Mm-hmm. Yes, and then every subject I'm good on that, but except English. I even don't know how to spell Tuesday. And I asked my friend next door how to spell Tuesday, and he said, Tues. I'm very stressed and things like that. But anyway, I fight real hard, and whatever the subject I'm not very good, I tell my mom. I said, I want to study English and only one subject. I cannot win. So it's my cousin from USA come to visit my mom, and they said, you need the money to study. I said, yes. And they give, I think, $20 per year, or I think probably nearly a year, to give me $20 and things like that to give the school fee thing for the English. Every day when I finish the school, just normal school from 5 o'clock, I have to walk another school a bit at the back of school and study English 1 hour. Yeah.
Okay.
And my mom have to come and collect me after school. Yeah.
And did it help you, do you think?
Help me a lot. And then we finished in high school. I go straight up this English class for university. Yes. And then I finished that. And then after I finished, that's why I find a job. Yeah. I haven't finished that yet, but I used to do like a baby sister. Like they allow the village, they know like I know English and things like that. They also want the kid to study English and then pay me to go and teach the kid. I also teach the kid like English and mathematics and all sort of things. We will find out the money like that. But I'm lucky because around where I live, back to my country, is quite a little bit wealthy. So but they don't have a time to look after the kid to do the house and homework. So I go and help them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like a home tutor.
Yes, like that.
What's something that sticks in your memory in your time?
Like back to my country and stick on in my heart, for example. Like we have a good food and everything they will give you, but when you sick, I remember when back to my country when when you're very sick and then you get the good food instead of like just normal people will eat like a boiled chicken or orange juice and coconut something. But when you're very sick, that time they give it to you. You know, even we're not that poor, but there's a lot of kids back to my country will get that good food when they're sick. As a kid, you know, we felt like hungry all the time. I remember my mom said, we will eat just one egg and divide by 4. And my mom always said, your dad, when you're little, you know, your dad will cut the one egg to be 4, separate for 4 people. But that time I feel like, we're not that poor. Why we have to eat like that and things like that? But as a kid, we don't understand. But I go up, I said, oh, okay, that time we didn't know like we poor.
Is the society in Laos, is it a place where people are the community-based kind of society where people are very sharing?
Yes, very, very sharing. Like, for example, if whatever you don't have, and you walk past, but if we eat some food, we can call like, oh, come and have the dinner with us, come in and things like that. We will really share it up. Like call the people, just even they don't know each other, they will call and have a share and eat like that. If you go back to my country, if like a Lao New Year or some sort of thing, you can come to the house without invite. When I high school, and I always thinking which subject I should learn and what I want to do and things like that. I didn't think like I want to be a doctor, I want to be this, but I always thinking like I want to be can speak another language, and then I can be some sort of thing and make money. The more I think when I work, I can speak English or speak different language, I might find that the job, the one another people cannot, and then make more money. I always think about the money. I didn't think about like I like the job or not, but I know like, oh, if I speak English, I might become a guide tour, I might be a teacher and things like that. Because in high school or something, I start do a little bit of how do we call that? Look after another kid already.
You said you went to university, yeah?
Yes.
And what did you study there?
I study the English, the subject, okay, the main subject, and then I finished. And before I finish, I get the opportunity to go to the international school to be a volunteer. Mm-hmm. That time they call VIS, Vientiane International School. That's the first job I got that, and a couple months, and then they didn't pay me because I'm a volunteer, but I cannot afford to be a volunteer forever. So I get another job like do some accounting, because at that time when I finished university, I also learn a little bit of accounting. So I work at the golf club, and because I can speak English a bit already, so the golf club always like a wealthy people, the foreigner and things like that come to do that as well.
Tell me about how you met Roger.
Again, when I did the job as a golf club, and after that I work at another company like a Lao garment, they call that time, which is translate for the parts of the t-shirt most of the time, for example the brand Nike, Adidas or something like that. So I the one translate for which part you have to stitch first, and after for 2 or 3 years I resign because one of my friends work in the mining company, and she said, this is you interested to do something different. And I said, I know the English, so I tried to apply the job, and he interviewed me and said, okay, you got the job, you better pack up your stuff. And then about 2 or 3 days we head up to the north of Laos, which is near China or Vietnam, something like that. Yeah, the Pon Sawan is the northern of Laos. It's very countryside that time. So I went there and then worked as an admin officer. And one day Roger just come as a senior geologist, and then my boss said, go and pick up the geologist and then come to work. And that's why I met him the first time at the airport.
Yeah, and do you remember that occasion and what your impression was?
The first time I didn't feel like first impression anything. I just said there's another job, I have to pick him up, but I also have a job as well, so I just pick him up. Our relationship is to start with when we work together, I think, and then learn each other and things like that. We're not first in love like that, no. Yes, because we know each other nearly 6 months and a year before we start engaged and things like that and married.
Where's Roger from originally?
Roger from Penguin, Tasmania.
You had to get married apparently. Can you
Yes,
explain?
of course. Like back to my country 2004, 2005, in back to my country is very strict. If you're a foreigner to go with the Lao girl and things like that, like you will get fined, like $5,000 or something like that.
Wow.
Even just come, just don't do anything, just go together, police will come and check and things like that. So we have, my mom, like a Lao culture as well. If you go with the man, you have to be married and things like that. So we look each other for a year. So I think I asked Roger, what we gonna do? We gonna marry or what we gonna do? And Roger said, if you want married, and I think normally the man gonna ask you, would you marry? But I the one asked him, what you gonna do? Because my mom said, if you won't marry, we have to, you go somewhere, I go somewhere, you're not marking allowed. So that's why. Yeah.
I was interviewed by Outhai,
Yeah.
her mum and her grandma.
Yeah, I bring my
All
husband.
right.
Yes, I bring my husband to the house and have a look and to see the mom, grandma, and talk about the thing,
And what was their assessment?
Are you sure?
Are you sure or something like that? And yes, that time, to be honestly, I only focus about my work. I didn't think about marriage. I never think in the future you're gonna marry, you're gonna have a kid. No, because in my mind, like that time, I just all focus about the job and prove myself, get more money. Yes, because we are thinking like I'm poor. My mom always put we poor, some sort of thing. I feel like I'm not, but I will make a lot of money. I study and work really hard. I will have more money. I always think like that.
And so did you get this sort of seal of approval from the family in the end?
The end, yes, I am. My mom just like, if you like it, you just marry it or do something about that. Yes, but don't hanging allowed. That's the thing. You have to marry it or do something. Yep.
So was that a easy or a hard decision in the end?
For me to marry,
Yeah.
again, because we know each other for a year, and then like our lifestyle nearly the same. We go out for the dinner. We do something like a no one control each other. Like Roger never control me. Do this, do that, and I, as a girl, tell him to do this, do that a bit. So he listened to me. I feel like okay, we have it. Another thing, my mom also want the foreigner kid as well. Grandchildren. My mom want grandchildren. When I get married or engaged in there, I still want to work, keep working, because I thinking like, it's my job very, very good already. I have everything back to my country already, because in Laos, it's become the admin officer and then have a driver, have a cook for you, and don't do nothing, just concentrate to work. Is a perfect woman already back to my country. Yes. And Roger said, but you better go back and come to Australia to have a look first, and we're gonna have a children and things like that. That's a plan. So okay, I resign my job and follow the husband.
When did you come to Tasmania
The first one we came 2005, and then I came the 2005 to have a look, and then 2006 we came here to marry.
And what was your first impressions of Tasmania when you?
The first one I come, the thing is the tree and the road, and so different from my country, like a tree and everything so big. Like as I said, the tree so big, so tall. Why is big like that? Everything so big. Like look at the cow. The cow big like 4 times back to my country. My cow be very little, but in Australia so big. Even one time I go to the market, normal market, and they will put the sign on like a dog bone. I said, why is a dog bone? Is the bone of the dog very big, but in fact it's not the dog. Dog bone is mean food for the dog, right? Not the bone from dog. I said, why so big?
Cow.
Yeah, cow bone. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And again, I don't understand much about the Tassie slang. That one, like if someone asks me, hey, how you going? I just I confused straight away. I didn't go anywhere. I just stand here. Why they ask me like that?
But obviously, when you had a visit, something made you decide that you could stay here.
Because I think I'm not think like I have a choice or not, but we have a farm, and I thinking like, I stay at the farm and look after the kids and things like that. That time, even Roger is not here. He used to work overseas all the time. Like he geologist, he travel a lot. I and the kid always stay in the farm and look after not look after, but we have someone to come and look after the cow and things like that. So I feel like it's okay if you have a kid, you have family and the school not far, and the first thing I think important for my kid is a school. I always thinking here better than back to my country anyway.
And so did you have your kids in Laos or in Tasmania?
Both is from Laos and Tassie. One's born from at Laos and one born in Tassie. Yep.
How was the transition of living in Laos and then coming to live in a rural part of Tasmania? What were some of the challenges you had at the beginning?
A lot. Like, for example, if back like my first child, like everyone will look after. I don't do anything and just everything mom do it, help out and things like that. And cousin, we have a lot of cousin to look after. I even don't need to do the watching anything. But the challenge when I come to Tassie and I have second child, like Natalie, I have to do everything, have a child, cooking, everything, and Roger's not here, but I have mom, but everything I have to do by myself, like very challenge, And then as a give a birth, you also got the mental as well, like even the kid don't drink, even the kid a bit sick. Yes, many times I took even a little thing, we really like stressed.
And what would you say was the biggest difference between life you had Laos and coming to live in Tasmania?
Yeah, Tasmania, like you have to do everything by yourself and like responsible everything and work real hard. But this is a real, back to my country, if you have money, you easy. You can use a servant, you can use a lot of people to come and help. As even you have a cousin and things like that, they will come and help you. But in Tasmania, only me, no cousin, no mom, no dad, no nothing for that thing. But it's build me up too strong. I can go anywhere if I come to Tassie. If I back to my country, I only rely on the cousin, rely on my mom, rely on everyone. But I never go up as a Tassie.
You mentioned a bit about the community in Wilmot that you got to know.
Yes, and back to Wilmot, and I have when I have a children, before I no friend and anything much, but when I got the children, I have to take the kid out a bit. Like they have a program like a playgroup at the primary school, Wilmot Primary School. So I know a lot of people, know a lot of mom because I bring the children to a playgroup. Even the little one, we will go there and we like every Tuesday, I think, 9 to 12. I bring my kid there, bring some food, make some food to go there. And the first time when I make it to bring the food to go there is a spring roll. I bring there and no one touch, no one eat. Most of the another mom will have a cupcake and sponge. And also like, I remember sausage roll, something like that. I remember very well. And I really want to make cupcake or muffin, but I don't know how to do it. That's the first time I bring the kid there. So I said, the cupcake and muffins are very, very nice. But spring roll maybe it's not nice. That's why I always bring at home. And one day, my neighbor come to my house and I let them eat my spring roll. And that time she ate and she must be, wow, this is good. And she must tell another girl when the playgroup or the cousin. And because that time I don't know how to make anything. I make spring roll, I bring again. And people try, one girl come and taste it. This is good. That time, everyone have spring roll. And then every time, if I go to the the playgroup and think, they were, did you make a spring roll today?
And you were telling me on the phone, I remember, that some of the neighbours were
Yes.
really looking out for you, maybe a
Yeah.
little bit too much even.
Yeah, I have a very good neighbor, not far from my house, like a 50 meter. And I have the man who look after the farm as well. That's a neighbor, because my husband used to go to the overseas, and every morning he will come and check it up, like we okay or not. He used to knock the door to make sure we okay, but because of winter time or anything like that, I don't want him to knock the door because the kid now wake up. So I told him, Uncle David, if you see my curtain open, you don't need to knock the door. It means I'm okay. Every morning when he drive the truck past the house to go to look at the farm, I will open the curtain. He said, okay. Like that.
Okay.
And then my neighbor, like, her name is Katrina Mel. She's very good to me, and that's a person teach me to do the cupcake and
Okay.
things like that. I still remember whatever she taught me. Yes, that she come to my house sometime with the kid, and sometimes my kid just run to the house because our house and her house not that far.
So you know how to make cupcakes now.
Yes, I make very well now. I make more, but because you know everything already about the cake, so we make more upgrade than cupcake. I said, oh, cupcake is very easy. I reckon it compare cupcake and the spring roll. Spring roll make harder than cupcake.
Yeah. And living in Tasmania, what would you say has been the biggest thing that you've had to adapt to?
First thing is the food, and second thing is the weather, and third thing is the people. I find out because an isolate in here, like we don't have a community like a Australia style or Tassie style. They quite keep themselves privacy. In my country, if you want to go visit someone, you just do it. In here, you have to call and make appointment. Can I go or not? Something like that. I'm sick, I not want to see anyone, they won't accept you or something. Even I sick, I cannot. But back to my country, you sick or you well or you good. If you want to go, you just go, do it. No problem. But in Tassie, you have to call, make appointment to go, make sure they're home or not. Yes, it's not easy to go to their house, and you have to make appointment and things like that, as I said. Yes, they're friendly, but they say hello and things like that, that's it. You're not gonna go to their house and they're gonna come to your house and eat or something like that. Different from my country. I want to eat dinner with you, I just go, oh, can I have dinner with you tonight and things like that. And then in my country, if they invite you for dinner, you don't need to bring anything. You just go and eat and think and finish and go home.
Yeah.
In Western style, you have to bring the food as well. You have to go in their house and then clean it up before you go back home.
At that time, did you work at all, or was you just focused on looking after the kids?
I didn't work. I have the kid and I go to school. I finished the school as a certificate 3 English. After that, I straight up to, because I don't know how to cook much, I want to do cooking. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's why I decide to do the cookery class at the TAFE.
And did that lead to a job after that?
I finished after certificate 2. I finished and I find a job and they took me. My first job while I study, I also do a little bit of housekeeping. Mm-hmm. Study as well and do housekeeping as well. Sometimes just 2 days and then study for 3 days until I finish certificate 2. And after that, when I get out, I also know the hotel stuff a little bit. So I applied the job there, so they accept me as a cook. I worked there like a couple years, and then I find out I like dessert. Mm-hmm. So I go out to that hotel So I go to learn do dessert first, and after that, I come back again, another hotel, and I do the breakfast and things like that, and muffin and whatever I learn all. And I said, I level 2, right? Like a cook. I want to be a chef, and I asked the manager at the time, and the manager said, okay, if you want to study more, I will send you. So I got the apprenticeship, and I did the apprenticeship to the RACT. That time is a Quarter Mountain Hotel, and for 2 years something, and then I got the apprenticeship. I got the apprenticeship of the year.
Yeah.
Yes, as a chef. And I think like migrant like us, we have to try very hard and look around. And another thing is like go to library, go to the school, where a lot of people in, and even little job like if you apply the job, you're not gonna be manager straight away. You can keep like a little thing, the one they don't have fill up. Like for example, kitchen hand, I never mind do the kitchen hand. I never mind do the housekeeping or like shopkeeping, anything like that. I'm happy to do that because you build your skill. You know a lot of people. If you don't go being yourself like that, you're not gonna get the job.
Yeah.
No one gonna see you.
What is the work that you're doing now?
Okay. At the moment, I work as a chef, and I work at the Quarter Mountain Lodge.
Are there many international people like you working there?
In the kitchen, a lot of international. Like feel like you travel around the world because sometimes I never know like Argentina, Chile, what they look like. Yes, they're in there, Indian, Nepalese, different country, Thai. Yes, a lot.
And what would you say is maybe the biggest thing that you've learned, or the biggest thing that's changed about you from living in Tasmania?
As I said, in Tasmania, like we change a lot. Like we independent, we do whatever we like to do, and then don't rely on other people. Like if back at my country, I rely on mom, I rely on my brother because he get help out. In here, if you don't have, you don't have. You have to fight hard, do whatever you have to. At the moment, I live in the farm in Wilmot.
And did you say you have some animals there as well as?
Yes, and I have a lot. My husband have a cattle, and he also plant the tree, pine tree, and my favorite one is a chicken and the dog.
Yeah. So do you grow any vegetables there?
Oh yes, I grow a lot of vegetable like Asian vegetable, something like that. Chili, Asian can't without that. Lemongrass, or the hot house and things like that. I grow all my own vegetable.
Oh, I think some of the Asian people listening to this living in Tasmania might be jealous of that.
Yes, and it's very hard though to get challenged as well. Go vegetable in Tassie because it's very cool. Like if rain so many, but you have to have a hot house. Try to adapt it. I suggest have a hot house first, a little bit small one. Don't make a big one. So whatever like a chili or something like that, go just a herb and things like that for our hot house, just supply ourselves, or if we have a lot, or just bring it up to share the faith. As I said before, when we come to Tassie and then like another world, we have to try to adopt it, and we have to go out to see a lot of people. I suggest go to the libraries, go to the school, and where that they give you information and make friends with the Tassie people, or if you don't understand English, you can ask them again, something like that. Or make friends, see a lot of people, and don't be shy.
And what have you found has been the best way to make friends here or to meet people?
As I said, I took my kid to the school and play golf. That's why we have a kid. Our children play together, they don't know language each other, they will can communication, right? And the mom, as a mom, we could talk to that and another mom while my children play together. And if they catch it up, the kid like together, and maybe we invite them to our house or they invite me back to the Wilmot. For my kid birthday, I make very big birthday party, and I will invite everyone in the village or playgroup kid with my children. They will come to my house. Or yes, every year they will looking for my children's birthday when they're childhood, because I invite everyone, and some I miss the parent or the grandma will call me. Oh, you forgot my grandchildren to go to the party. Why you don't invite? Oh, I forgot. So next year you come. I said yes.